What is the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why? It's probably...
I think the pain I wish I could heal in you is to how do you feel our love for one another has changed since we first met?
Well, this morning, it's funny, we were talking about that word evolve, right? So evolve being another word for change, I guess. One of the things that, this relationship has taught me in terms of our love is, one of the things is that I, in my past relationships, a lot of them have been short-lived because I'm almost like this, this dopamine junkie where, I love the beginnings of relationships. I mean, who doesn't love beginnings of relationships? And, and once that dopamine has become depleted, I'm like, okay, now what? It's like, I feel like my love for that person has kind of just reached this plateau and I don't know where to go from there. So I think, being with you and staying with you, I think love has taken on, a different meaning for me. Feelings are fleeting, right? They come and go. And my loyalty, my daily trust in you and the kids and, and me just, choosing to show up. Every day, I think is how love has kind of evolved for me. And and I know you don't necessarily see this all the time, but there are moments of, of feeling, a sense of pride, being part of this family, a sense of joy. And, I do love to talk about us and the kids to other people. It's almost like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm in this father role now, and I'm part of this family that, I get to, help cultivate and mold and grow. And so I think it's just all encompassing, but I guess to sum up, yes, less of a feeling, more of a, of a commitment and a choice and, showing up.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say that, well, I mean, the way that it's evolved, it's sort of feeling like here's the four of us, me and the three kids, and then there's you, and kind of sort of figuring out, it didn't take long for the kids to love you. I think it's gone from us and this guy to it genuinely feels like there's the five of us as a family. And I don't think the kids don't necessarily think about, when they're in this school, if they're asking about their parents, in my mind, they're now always thinking about, Jose, Papa, and Thomas. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And so I would say it's evolved in a positive way in that way. And the thing I always say, it's like, I thought our family felt complete before until you came into the picture. And it made me realize, now it's good. Now it's complete. Now it feels abundant, which is not a feeling I felt before.
And don't forget nutmeg too.
Oh yeah, nutmeg.
What concerns you most about us and why?
Oh, okay. Honestly,
this better not be a long list.
There's only one thing. It's the intimacy. I think, and I think in part we've discussed this. I think it's part of your Christian faith and your upbringing that holds you back when it comes to our intimacy. And, once that honeymoon phase has died down, like there's something in you that struggles with it. And as someone who genuinely believes in being monogamous and wanting, that's always my preference. I think that it's important that we continue to, open up and figure that piece out, because I think you're amazing. I think you're hot. I think you're beautiful, and I'm attracted to you. And I know you have expressed similar things too. And I think hearing your reasons often I don't take it personally. But at the end of the day, I still need intimacy, and that's really important.
Just get rid of the baggy pants and we're good.
And being Latino, I think it's just so, we're so passionate, and love is really important both in and out of the bedroom, I think.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's making me emotional. So, okay. How do you feel your upbringing affects our relationship? Why?
Well, it's almost like I'm psychic. Like I know what the next question is. Well, kind of like just piggybacking off of what I just said, and I'll go even further. The Christian upbringing where homosexuality is a sin, and hate the sin, not the sinner, and we all sin, and and it's like, and then even talking to other Christians, it's like, your sin isn't any bigger or smaller than my sin, but it's like, if I am living in what many in Christianity have called a sin, it's almost like, Christianity tells us to like repent, right? Like repent of your sin, and, and then you're good, and you're going to sin again, and then you just, you repent, and it's not about how many times you sin. It's about like recognizing that you have sinned and like turning that over, to God. And so for me, I feel like, that's still stuck in my head. So it's like, what do you do when you're, living quote unquote in a sin, that, it's like, what do I like, just wake up every morning and repent, and I don't do that, but like, that's a thought that's been in my mind. Like, am I, doing something that wrong that makes me need to repent daily? So, so to kind of get back to the answer to that question, I think a lot of my full self has not been revealed in this relationship because of my faith. And I think I tend to hold back because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the consequences. I'm afraid of God, just, shaking his finger at me, or, so I'm always just overly cautious about, what we're doing together, and how, and how my faith does play into all that. So yeah, it's hard. It's very, it's not an easy thing to wrestle with, and that's why, like I see lots of other Christians who are in, gay relationships, and, and they seem to have gotten it. Like they're like, they've reconciled this whole thing with God, and they're good to go. And a lot of these people still are Christian, and they've been able to kind of like merge their Christianity with their relationship. And I guess I have not figured out how to do that yet. And that's been hard for me, because I don't want Christianity to be over here and our relationship to be over here. I want to find a way to blend those two things together, and I haven't figured it out.
I'd love to help you figure it out. I would, because I would love to. You said, your true self hasn't revealed itself, and I think you're amazing now as it is. So
Can I blast my worship music?
now we've gone too far. But yeah, I would be really excited to see that your full self.
Mm.
So we should work on that together.
What is the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why? It's probably
I think the pain I wish I could heal in you is to be able to feel like your whole self and not have your faith get in the way. Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a big one.
So for me,
Sure.
besides you being a pain in the butt,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. The pain in you. I don't know. I think you're really good at dealing with pain. I mean, you've had this significant event that's happened in your life with, your deceased husband, passing away suddenly, and you being left with 3 kids. I think that's probably one of the greatest pains that you'll ever have to deal with in your life. So for me, it's like if you can deal with that pain, like you can handle anything. But I don't know, as far as maybe current pain, I think, and this probably goes for both of us, but like, financially we've been going through some hard times. So I think that's been, a painful thing for you and for me. And I wish I could heal that for sure.
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
I think that would make things just so much lighter.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah. I think for me, it's like I'm constantly wondering, is, after losing my parents and after losing, after losing Tim, I'm always, one thing you just learn is nothing is permanent. And that's hard when you've already suffered, you have abandonment issues. And so sometimes I think I hold back because I'm expecting at some point, some version of this, some part of this is going to end. And so, and it will, right? At some point, like,
hey, what's going to end?
Well, one of us is going to die.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
all right, don't get so morbid.
I know, but it's how I think with all the loss that I've had. And so, I have to sort of get out of my head with that and make sure that I can not hold back because of my fear of abandonment or things ending.
Okay.
What do you feel is the tenderness between us that we should protect at all costs?
I think you and I are we are sensitive creatures. Like we are, although we're guys, I know like stereotypically it's like guys, don't always show that sensitive side, and and not here I am getting a little political, but like I remember, was it you that showed me like something that JD Vance said, like where he was like, we need to bring back masculinity into this world. He's like, if guys want to get together and have a beer, and like it kind of made me sick, to hear him talking like that. But it's like, I think we need to protect the fact that, we are sensitive, we are vulnerable creatures, and we're still, we're still who God created us. We're still men, and we don't have to, meet that stereotype that the, other maybe people in this world think that we need to meet.
Yeah. I think for us, for me, it's about protecting the respect and love we have for each other. I don't think I've, to be in the type of relationship we're in and to be so open and communicative and, it's like we might have those slight little moments of feeling disrespectful towards each other, but I think we're genuinely very respectful
Mm-hmm.
of who we are as individuals. And I think that needs to be protected at all costs. And in the home and outside of the home.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's see. What is your greatest hope for us and why? Capital U and us.
Greatest hope. Our greatest hope is that we continue to build our lives together, and that maybe, one day we will get married one day. I'm willing to get married again. And the kids can't stop talking about it, which is, it's so annoying. I'm like, enough. When are you guys getting married?
Get married tomorrow.
I know. But yeah, the greatest hope is that one day we will, and that, we will continue to walk through life together. Yeah.
My greatest hope for us. I think my greatest hope for us is to, I think it's similar, to definitely be in this for the long haul, to continue to just, learn from each other and grow from each other. And I don't know, I think, just something less serious. Like I hope that we get to travel the world more so as we get older. And I hope that we do more things for others. And yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Doing more things for others.
If you love the And conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.